Hello, I'm Jim Morningstar. Today's topic, breathing, is dear to me as I have been a practitioner and trainer of breathwork since the late 1970s. Let's begin by doing a simple breath awareness exercise together. I'm going to ask you to put everything aside for a minute and get your body comfortably seated with your spine relatively straight and relaxed. Close your eyes or focus on something in the room. And put your attention at the base of your spine. Imagine as you inhale, you bring energy, or just your attention if the word energy does not compute for you, from the base of your spine up your back to the top of your head. As you exhale, follow this energy down the front of your body, returning to the base of your spine. Then continue inhaling up the back of your body and exhaling down the front, easily and effortlessly, forming a circle of light, healing, and nurturing energy around your body. Now breathe into the center of this oval in your heart area and form an intention for what you would like most to get for yourself from the work we are doing today. Suggest this little cocoon of energy formed by your intention and your breath is a place of safety within which you can listen to your inner voice and be revitalized at any time you wish. Then let yourself take a few deep and clearing breaths and come back to the video alert and energized. Were you able to follow this? Do not be dismayed if you are not able or your attention went in and out. Like most new practices, it takes time to tune in and have it work for you. But more and more professional athletes, performers, health advocates, and open-minded individuals are using these visualization and breathing techniques to change their biochemistry and behavior patterns. You can develop these skills if you choose as we go through this together. Here is the Wellness Inventory's introduction to breathing. Left alone, the body knows how to heal itself. The technical word for this is homeostasis, the natural tendency to reestablish balance. With illness, energy is blocked, the balance is upset. The state of dis-ease is the result. Breathing is a primary method for correcting this disharmony. Breathing deeply and rhythmically will assist your body in healing itself. Good respiration provides the oxygen needed by every cell, every muscle, bone, and organ. When part of you is ailing, the whole organism is thrown out of balance. Vigilant red cells in the blood rush to the aid of the injured or diseased member. Since it is the oxygen you inspire that provides the energy to the cells, it naturally follows that these cells need to be charged to their fullest potential in order for healing to occur. It has long been known that pain is intensified by the anxiety that accompanies a threatening situation. Fear causes the body to tense itself, a spontaneous reaction to the need to fight or to run away. So what we have is a two-stage process. Fear gives rise to tension, tension to increasing pain. Using the breath to limit tension will help to quiet both the fear and the pain. The intuitive wisdom used by parents of young children provides us with an excellent example. The child who's been crying and gasping for breath is cautioned to calm down, take a deep breath. Mother knows that the scare and the sight of blood worsen the child's pain. Panic reactions generally involve this same gasping or fast, shallow breathing pattern. Bringing their breathing to the attention of an injured party can immediately change the level of anxiety. In order to use this reminder for yourself in a crisis situation, it helps to be attuned to your breathing on a regular basis. What is true for the relief of physical pain is also applicable to mental and emotional pain as well. Sadness, depression, and boredom can frequently be turned around by a change in breathing. So as you reach for the aspirin or the antacid tablets or the telephone to call your doctor, remember to breathe as well. Breathing well is letting go of the restrictions to the natural process. Now, over the past 25 years, there's been an explosion in the blending of ancient breathing techniques for health and spiritual awareness with contemporary growth and therapeutic practices. The result has been the evolution of a powerful and incisive healing and consciousness-changing modality. This has given birth to the field of breathwork, which has promoted significant advances in medical, psychological, and spiritual domains. When I came upon the practice of breathwork, it gave me, first of all, a technique for relieving my stress. Secondly, a parameter for my daily self-care. Am I taking care of myself? How am I breathing today? And thirdly, a tool to teach others relief from both acute and chronic pain. Breathwork is one of the newly emerging tools of complementary medicine, which has the daunting yet highly exciting task of blending the old and the new for the purpose of creating something better than either in isolation. It presents a new paradigm, whole brain learning, which is at the intersection of science and art. Our life is a dance of the two hemispheres, right and left, intuitive, logical, male, female. This understanding is not just a nice poetic viewpoint, but necessary to a full comprehension of how we operate. We can no longer live in a world of Newtonian physics, black and white thinking. We're learning with our whole body, organically, not just our cerebral cortex. Breathwork bridges both brain hemispheres and accesses functions of the paleo, meso, and neocortex. Thus, it reaches a deeper level of functioning. Traditional and contemporary uses of breathwork in the healing arts include breathing techniques such as yoga and Taoist techniques used in the Orient for centuries, not just for health maintenance, but for diagnosis and cure. Now, offshoots have been used in Western medicine for childbirth, the Lamaze method, pain control, hypnosis, asthma relief, panic attacks, anxiety, and a variety of mental health disorders. In the field of medical, psychological, and spiritual applications, breathwork has been used in remedial medicine, physical and occupational therapy. It's been effectively employed to release deep tissue trauma and re-access the shutdown of entire systems under autonomic control that have not been touched by other medical intervention. Breathwork is currently being taught to many of these professions. In the field of psychology, emotional trauma not reached by cognitive therapies, chronic tension not relieved but only masked by medications, and psychological negative thinking beliefs and habitual behaviors held in place by negative conditioning have all been alleviated with the assistance of breathwork. In the area of spirituality, breathwork does not purport any particular religious tenets. It addresses self-possession at a larger level, experience of one's spirit being in the driver's seat of life. The underlying philosophy underscores personal responsibility for our lives, and connection to a larger self that comes from a profound linking of all of our systems by unified, conscious, connected breathing. We will explore this in our work today. Let's look at the quality of breathing. At rest, we take 12 to 14 breaths per minute. That is, men do. Women take 14 to 15 breaths per minute. 15 or above signals stress going on in the system. Conscious breathing builds energy and endurance, emotional equilibrium. It helps with physical healing, graceful aging, pain management, mental concentration, physical performance, as in sports, and psychospiritual transformation. With poor breathing, we contract the belly, or it may go in on the inhale. Shows chronic stress of repressed emotions. There's a poorly functioning diaphragm. This is the main breathing muscle, which represents the floor of the chest and the ceiling of the abdominal cavity. It's involved with the lifting of the heart, the fanning of the fires of digestion and metabolism, increased vitality and well-being. With poor breathing, we tend to breathe faster, expand the thoracic cage, raise the clavicles, and under stress, even hyperventilate. Good breathing, the diaphragm contracts. Now we can actually train the diaphragm. Its range of contraction can be doubled or even tripled. The chest muscles can expand the rib cage up and out only slightly. Good breathing massages the stomach, the liver, the pancreas, the intestines, the kidneys. It promotes intestinal movement, blood lymph flow, and absorption of nutrients. The belly expands on the inhale, contracts on the exhale. The effects of poor breathing are to reduce the efficiency of our lungs and the available oxygen. It ends up that we have to breathe 2 to 4 times more breaths in our life to have the same degree of oxygen. It impedes our heart rate, retards our venous flow. Metabolic waste from our cells to our kidneys and lungs are eliminated in good breathing through the lungs. We actually eliminate 70% of our body's waste products through the lungs. Only 30% of our body's waste comes through urine, the feces, and the skin. Poor breathing retards lymphatic system and the destruction of bacteria. It reduces digestive juices available and increases toxins in the digestive tract. It weakens and disharmonizes almost every major system of the body and makes us more susceptible to chronic and acute diseases of all kinds. Infections, constipation, respiratory illness, digestive problems, ulcers, depression, sexual disorders, sleep disorders, fatigue, headaches, poor blood circulation, premature aging. Many researchers believe that bad breathing contributes to cancer and heart disease. A good quality of breathing is characterized by effortless effort. We often use no more than 60 to 70% of our capacity. We must increase our capacity to breathe so we can create a new comfort zone, a comfort zone in which our body is nourished in a more healthful way on a continuous basis. Comfort of inhalation is proportional to our readiness and our ability to embrace life, what we take in. Comfort of exhalation is proportional to our readiness and ability to let go and to trust what we're ready to let go of. When we are tense, we hyperventilate. quick, short breaths increase. This is reducing the CO2 and restricts the arteries to the brain. This sends the message that we need to increase our oxygen, and the sympathetic nervous system sends out danger signals for fight or flight. Most of us have some degree of this happening chronically out of our awareness. I believe simple breath awareness can be one of the most powerful and nurturing tools we can use to increase our well-being. And it's free right under our nose. As we all know, there are times in our life when, despite knowing what we should do, we just cannot muster the energy or the motivation to do it. My body seems to shut down and resist. How do I help myself out of the hole of resistance that my body can seem to go into and sabotage my motivation? I'll share with you the most useful of time-honored tools passed down through the generations, combined with newly evolved discoveries that I've learned for jump-starting a stalled human system. Every major spiritual tradition, as well as successful athletic training, mental coaching, and emotional therapy, have one thing in common. The process of maintaining self-improvement requires breath awareness and breath training. It's more than a metaphor for our connection to our inner source of wisdom. It brings us back to an experience of that inner source of wisdom. In many languages, the very word breath and spirit are the same. We actually began this in the opening centering exercise we did today. We have already practiced the essence of breath awareness and breath training. Now, libraries have been written on this subject. The Chinese have over 3,000 breathing exercises for health, well-being, as well as spiritual enlightenment. For our purposes, we will teach 2 basic exercises which you will be able to adapt to your life and empower your goals of personal effectiveness. These 2 exercises cover the functioning of the 2 branches of your autonomic nervous system, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. This will help you deal with the high arousal situations or emergency situations in your life and the calming maintenance situations, the non-emergency situations that you encounter as you engage in your everyday work and home life. So let's begin with the maintenance situations, which hopefully comprise the major portion of your life. Because keeping your physical system in high arousal or stress for prolonged periods is debilitating and painful, as attested to by all branches of medicine, Western and Eastern. Let's begin with exercise number 1. This is a simple breathing assessment. Put one hand on your chest and the other hand on your belly. Now just breathe normally and notice any movement of your hands. If your belly hand goes out on your inhale and in on your exhale, with little movement of your chest hand, you have normal breathing pattern. If your belly hand goes in on the inhale and out on the exhale, you have a reversed breathing pattern. If your chest hand is moving the same or more than your belly hand, you're doing chest breathing. Now, if you have reverse or chest breathing, the next exercise may be more challenging for you, but extremely important for your general health and sense of well-being. Let's look at handout 1. On it, there is exercise 2, belly diaphragmatic breathing. I'm going to ask you to sit comfortably and uncross your legs and arms. Now, once again, put one hand on your belly just below your lower ribs. And focus on your hand raising as you inhale. Let go of all other concerns for the moment and just attend to this while you slowly exhale and notice your hand lowering. And just stay with this a moment. Even if you cannot feel this, begin by imagining it until it starts to happen for you. Count the seconds you take for each inhale and the seconds for each exhale. Try adjusting the time it takes to make them even with minimal effort, so the counts on the inhale equal the counts on the exhale. Once you have comfortably done this, try extending the inhale and the exhale a few seconds. Try a bit longer count on the inhale and exhale. Now do the breathing as effortlessly as possible. Do not force it, especially on the exhale. Let the air fall out rather than just force it out. Once you've gotten this sensation of easy, steady breathing, you can at home try this belly breathing while you're lying on your side or on your back, sitting, standing, and eventually just moving about in your life. If in your life you check your breathing occasionally at work by putting your hand on your belly and letting your breath become more increasingly natural and effortless, you will experience a change in the quality of how it is to be at work. Just notice in this little brief time that we did this, what you experience. This type of breathing should be practiced and maintained as much as possible in every phase of your life. It will build resources on a cellular level and help to regulate all your physiological systems. The effects of poor breathing have already been mentioned. It's estimated that 60% of all emergency ambulance transports in the US have to do with deregulated breathing. So bad breathing habits have exacerbated and shut down our physical systems over years of chronic holding and tension. Proper breathing can keep the systems of the body functioning in harmony, signal us about imbalances in our energy, and help us correct them, and thereby be a perfect companion on route to health and happiness. Now, the exercise that we're going to do is called connected breathing, and it's to help deal with high arousal situations, more emergency situations. It will help us safely into an altered state of consciousness controlled by you, empowering you to more breath awareness and mastery. So this exercise number 3 takes us into the fight-flight sympathetic nervous system reactions and helps us stay centered even in the state of high arousal. This exercise should ordinarily be practiced with a trained breath worker in the beginning until enough comfort has been achieved to do on one's own. It's not dangerous to do on one's own, but will be much more effective with coaching. We're going to take a little sample of that today. Now, if your body were a garden hose with water representing the air, we're going to turn up the faucet to let a little more water flow through. In other words, we're going to breathe just a little bit faster. This will flush out any blocks to the free flow of energy essential to the joy of life. Like a Walt Disney cartoon, the hose will bulge until the blocks, the tar and rocks in the hose, release, and whoosh, the flow is full and free, and there's a great sense of release and freedom. So this is not just an aerobics exercise. This blockage or tar and rocks in the hose represent limited thinking, stuck feelings, which stand out in the breathing process. Here's where we learn to breathe through stuck feelings, release limiting thoughts, and restore a sense of free-flowing vitality. As we free our thoughts and feelings, our breath reflects it. We literally breathe easy. Most importantly is the empowerment coming from the experience that we choose our thoughts, direct our feelings, and change our experience of life from the inside out. I direct myself as if I were going downstream in a boat, steering with each breath as to what allows me to breathe fully and freely and have it be easy and pleasurable. You monitor and discover the right pace for your release. You'll get a taste of a larger skill set called therapeutic breathwork. And if you choose, you can go on and learn this. So, to begin the 100 breath exercise, connected breathing, first of all, have a positive intention for yourself in doing this breathing exercise. Your positive intention is primary to this exercise, and it is just as important as the breathing. The exercise itself is a combination of a conscious, loving intention and a heightened sense of breath awareness. So for a moment, close your eyes and focus on your heart area. You may put your hand on your heart at the beginning if you choose. Draw in an inhale through your mouth into your heart area, moving your chest but not lifting the shoulders. Immediately release at the top of the inhale and let the exhale come through your mouth without efforting. Continue to take the next inhale into your heart area. This is breathing through your mouth, connecting each inhale and exhale in a continuous rhythm. And it's going to be a bit faster than your normal resting rate, almost like you are jogging. You are going to adjust the amplitude and pace to keep a full, free breathing without hyperventilating. You're going to learn how to release negative or limiting thoughts that come up as you're breathing, allowing your feeling to flow free and let your body and voice move to accommodate this. All right, now we're going to do this together, so just breathe easy for a moment. We're going to take 100 complete inhales and exhales in this manner, watching the inner energy movement with compassion. Now you can play with this energy movement by, say you're feeling a little stuck in a certain area of your body. Just focusing on that area and breathing into it. Or you may have some feelings. Mad, sad, glad, scared, any feeling can come up. Rather than stifling or holding your feelings, breathe with it. Thoughts can come while you're doing this little mini exercise here. Oh, this isn't working for me. Oh, they're going too fast. Oh, I have to use a lavatory. Or any thought, as we well know, our mind is very busy 24/7. You choose the thought that keeps you doing the breathing and having it be easy and pleasurable. And finally, just trusting the spirit of the breathing process itself. No one I know of has been ultimately harmed by breathing, whereas very many people I know have become ill by not breathing, stopping their breath. Now, at the end of our 100 connected breaths, you're going to breathe normally, just grounding yourself and just integrating your feelings and your awareness. The shortened form of these exercises is just two things. Keep breathing and adjust for ease and fullness. All right. Now, a mini therapeutic breathwork cycle may occur as you do this. In just the brief space of taking 100 connected breaths, It starts out with an initial period of adjustment to your breathing, then a buildup of energy via the continuous rhythm to a point of release in the breathing mechanism and the mental emotional holding patterns, and then a returning of the breath to and the mind to equilibrium. If you begin to get dizzy or tingle or show signs of hyperventilation, slow down your pace and relax on your exhale. Stop the rapid breathing if these symptoms do not abate. So it's important that you go at your own pace here. Now, I'm going to do this exercise right here with you. So you will have the opportunity, just as you're watching this video, to do the exercise. Now, you may go faster or slower than I'm breathing, or the same as me. It's important that you choose your own rate. At the end of your 100 breaths, take a deep sigh and just feel the state of your body. Okay? Let's close your eyes then, focus on your breath, and let's begin together. You can just relax, focus on your breath and the energy in your body for a moment. You might indeed feel a bit more energized. You have increased the energy in your body. Now, I'm not suggesting that this is something that you should do continuously. The skill involved in this exercise is to energize and acclimate your body to higher energy levels through releasing any mental or emotional or physical holding patterns. Anything that you have holding going on, physically, mentally, or emotionally, is going to stand out like a sore thumb when you try to breathe that way. You can practice and learn to let go through a cycle on your own. And if you discover a major holding pattern, negative self-image, emotional blockage, or physical frozenness or pain, you may want to consult a professional breath worker to coach you through the process of release and retraining your breathing, thinking, and feeling patterns. So what did you experience with these two breathing exercises? They're very different. As I said, the first is the maintenance exercise through the nose and very calming. The second, very energizing. But both bring us to a similar place, which is a sense of feeling at home and having a mastery over our own energy. How do you sense breath awareness and training might be useful in your life. Use these two breathing techniques and get the support you need in perfecting them such that you can do the belly or diaphragmatic breathing more and more every day and employ the connected breathing as needed. Now, this may seem daunting to you at first, but the seeds of success in mastering them have already been planted just in what you did here. You have the mental and emotional foundation for having your breath and your intention support you past the roadblocks to maintaining the life you choose. These are tools in your toolbox that are free and portable and with you every day.